Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first ever Dominions 5 Let's Play. So, you might be a little bit confused. No one will ever probably watch this, but anyone who does might be a little bit confused. Usually, Dominions Let's Plays start off with somebody talking forever about their god, and then about their plans for the game, and so on and so forth. This one is just going to start with me logging into the first turn of a multiplayer Dominions 5 game on a weird map. A weird, stupid, terrible, probably very bad map that I don't think anyone is going to have any fun playing on. So, let me get into it and why I think it's cool. I am going to be trying to show why I think Dominions 5 is a cool game. I am going to be trying to talk about how the various systems in it work, but I am not going to spend a lot of time right here at the beginning before I get into it. Here we go. Alright, turn 1 of Pancor system. Everyone else has gotten to play, so I'll get to take 2 turns in a row. Here we go. In the beginning, there was chaos. Out of chaos rose worlds populated with multitudes of beings. Wars were fought, kings and emperors rose and fell, and civilizations were built and crumbled as millennia passed. Gods, dark and strange, were worshipped in pagan temples. Still there was chaos. The gods fought amongst themselves, bringing even greater ruin to those who would serve them. At last there was one, a being of great power and enlightenment, who rose above his immortal peers and cast them out of the heavens into oblivion. From chaos came order, and with order came peace, and the creatures of the worlds flourished. The age of chaos had ended. Now the wheel has turned once again. The supreme god has suddenly disappeared. Prayers are left unanswered, and the smoke of offerings rises in vain to the heavens. No one knows why he disappeared, but it is certain the people of the worlds are once again left without direction, without guiding principle, without order. Now is the time for the beings of great power and ambition to try their strength. The throne of the heavens stands empty, and only the strongest can rise to supremacy over all. Only the most powerful can ascend to take the place of he who came before. This is a time of great strife and suffering. This is a time of magic unequaled. This is the Ascension Wars. Alright, sorry, I couldn't resist reading that. Anyway, this is the totally weird, crazy map that we're going to be on. It's a bunch of different planets. I'm on this planet here. There's like space stations and stuff and moons. I don't know. Anyway, if you don't know, Dominions is a game about trying to become God, while a bunch of other people also try to become God, so they're trying to kill you. We are playing as Tian Chi. Tian Chi is fantasy China. They have like immortal daoist wizardy guys, and also a huge celestial bureaucracy in this era. Armies of dudes with bows and spears and cavalry and a bunch of other pretty basic human things, but with a cool fantasy China theme. I named my god My Path to Ascension Begins Here, which is probably going to be pathetic irony as I am killed on turn 6 or so, but in any case, we're going to go ahead and take the first turn. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're trying to do. This is our capital, called Tianqi. We've got some people, so they make some money, they have some resources, some defense. We can recruit stuff here. We started off with this little general guy. He's on a horse. He's commanding 30 whole dudes. We also have an imperial consort. She's a spy. We can send her to go find out what's going on around the world. We're gonna just start by making some little jerks with shields and spears to go with our starting commander. We're going to make a wizard. These guys are Imperial Geomancers. They're our cheapest wizard, but they'll get us started researching. They also have the Fortune Teller ability, which gives them, in this case, a 10% chance to prevent bad events. The Dominion I took, which is sort of the divine reality that my god creates around them, is orderly, productive, very hot, full of growth, incredibly unlucky, and quite magical. There are reasons for all of those things. We'll get into them over the course of coming turns. Gonna send this spy sneaking to see what this throne is. I figured out that spies can see what sites are. But the goal here is to become powerful enough to annihilate all the other pretender gods, claim the thrones of Ascension, and become a true god. Now, you may have noticed that there's no god chilling here yet. Our god is just an old man wizard, and he is spending the first year or so of the game meditating to become more powerful. Both the title of my god and sort of my inspiration for how I'm playing this faction this time come from some Chinese web novels I've been reading lately about daoist space wizards, which I guess, considering the shape of the map, is about right. Anyway, we're going to send the spy sneaking off. We're going to tell this general to become our prophet, meaning they will spread dominion and be able to use divine spells in battle. We're going to recruit some extra spear guys and just a couple, if we can, of these. Oh, we can get quite a few, actually. A few horsemen to be a flanking unit. And then we're going to check if there are any mercenaries we want to hire. We'll try to hire these guys. They're not great, but it's always better to have mercenaries than not to have mercenaries, given that we didn't start with an especially strong expanding army or an awake monster that can kill people. This will probably make more sense in a couple more videos. I'll probably have calmed down about how excited I am about this crazy map by then. Anyway, I'm going to end turn 1, and it will go ahead and right away give us turn 2, in which I will talk a little bit more about our immediate goals and surroundings. And I forgot to rename my prophet, a major faux pas that I will be mocked for forever. Alright, so here are some people making fun of me for saying I was going to do a Let's Play. We've got a bunch of terrible internet jokes and funny jokes from everyone about the names. Man, there's so many people in this game. Alright, so usually we play games with about 12 people. Usually we play games on much smaller, simpler maps than this. Man, am I the only one who forgot? No, thank goodness. Oh well. I guess I gotta get that guy killed so I can make a different one. Man, so many. Jebediah Kerman. Oh man. Okay, so here we can now see our immediate surroundings and get a sense of what's going on. We've got mermen in the ocean. We've got mostly humans. Looks like this is vine people and humans. But we are a civilization, and the world has just begun a new war. We're gonna go exterminate all these dudes, take their resources, make some of them work for us, you know, general strategy game / colonialism things. Got a wizard, he's gonna research spells. We've got a prophet, he's gonna lead our starting little group of dudes in hopefully conquering one of these provinces. This looks like the weakest province. We should probably go there first. This one might have a little bit more income. It's hard to tell what the terrain types are. These ones are normal provinces, so I guess plains. This is a swamp, apparently. This is a forest. We're gonna go, we don't want to go to the swamp first. The incomes will be terrible. We'll go over here first. It's gonna be a little trickier, but we can do it. Alright, so we'll put our prophet back here. We will cast Sermon of Courage a couple times. And we will then start smiting people with Words of Power, which will hopefully help them route faster. These guys are our archers. We're going to stick them out front in a sparse formation. These are our melee troops. We're going to put them in a line. These are our cavalry. We're going to leave them in a small block off to the side. These guys are going to hold and attack closest. These ones are going to hold and fire. We'll say closest. These ones are going to hold and attack rear. And that is the script for our first army. Dominions is a simultaneous turn-based game. It resolves battles based on pre-programmed orders for your guys. You have a little bit of detail you can go into with commanders, like you saw here where I give him specific spells I want to cast. But after he's done casting those 5, he'll just do whatever the heck he wants. The rest of these guys can only be given pretty simple orders. Hold means wait 2 rounds and then do a thing. Otherwise, we can pretty much only tell them to attack or to... it's pretty much just different kinds of attack. And you can set formations on them if your general is good enough at leadership. There's a heck of a lot of numbers here. I'm going to go over what some of these numbers mean next turn. And we will find out whether or not my plan was good enough or not. We need to expand as quickly as possible because provinces generate gold and gems. Gold and gems are things that we can turn into power, mostly through the intermediary step of wizards. The more wizards you have, the more powerful you can become, and the more powerful you then will be, because the more research you have, the more wizards you have, the more gems you have, the more spells you can use. And spells are pretty much the whole game in Dominions. It's cool because the strategy and tactics layers are fairly simple, but the magic layer is deep enough that it takes... Well, I've been playing since Dominions 3, and I don't think I understand nearly everything. I think I've seen most of the stuff by now, and have a decent idea how some of it works, so hopefully I'll be able to explain it to you well enough you can understand what we're trying to do and why. But for right now, we're just trying to take our troops, expand outwards, capture some provinces, and then spread out eventually to cover as much of this planet as we can. Now, I'm just clicking around here to see if I can find any provinces that look especially valuable to me. Looks like that throne had a revealed arena on it for some reason. That's strange. I'm looking... Okay, these are... Is this a farm? Yes, but it's also a swamp. Okay, this is swampland. These are forests. Nice. Cool. Mountains. Alright, so there are some farms on these islands over here. So we should probably try to go that way if we can, because farms will hopefully be high income. And we will need as much gold as we can get. Alright, so we bid on the mercenaries. Someone else got them. Here are some more mercenaries. Let's bid on these ones too. He wants 150. Let's bid 230, which is a lot of money, but we have a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of troops. Speaking of which, let's make sure we're still recruiting guys this turn. We are. Alright. And that will be the second turn, as well as we already did the first turn, of this Daoist Space Wizard Path to Ascension Dominions 5 Let's Play. I hope you stick around for one of the worst Let's Plays of one of the weirdest and dumbest games of all time. I love it dearly and have wasted far too many hundreds of hours playing it and the games before it in the series. This is Zach, signing off from episodes 1 and 2 of My Path to Ascension Begins Here, a Middle Ages TNG Dominions 5 Let's Play. Maybe next time I'll explain what all those words mean. Bye!